Another week, another Arsenal player, and it is our boy Saka, who has now got an 85. Team of the week featured, and absolutely ecstatic for him. Obviously, we did think that who was it? Smith Rowe was potentially going to get it either last week or the week before. Unfortunately, he didn't, but they haven't missed out the opportunity to give it Saka. Unfortunately, he is a three-star, left-footed, high medium on the work rates, 5'10", but again, another nice right wing to go into the England squad. If you do get him red, if you get him in your inform pack, then obviously you have got a potential for that. Looking at him, obviously being left-footed on the right wing, nice little cutting, as we do find with a lot of the right wings at the moment. We have got incredible acceleration from him, great sprint speed. Obviously, he does need a little bit extra on that shooting, as well as then maybe that little bit more on the composure, but unfortunately there isn't much more we can do about that one. He's currently coming in at about 85,000 coins, 85 to about 88, depending on when you're buying him. Obviously, as we go forward through the week, he will drop more and more, and obviously the chemistry style we've gone with is more of the finisher, because I'm wanting him more attacking. Obviously, you can kind of put him more as a kind of a proper right mid rather than right wing, but I think definitely with the finisher you get 90 finishing, obviously 90 positioning as well, 84 on the shot power, turns him into an 89 right wing. So for me, I really don't see the options to not do that really. It's got a good short pass, obviously the crossing's still pretty decent. You do want to kind of whack it more onto his left though, so kind of cutting back and crossing it just because of that freestyle weak foot. He's got incredible dribbling. Strength wise, we kind of expected not to be incredible, but we do have a bit of stamina. So let's jump into our boy, team player on the traits, see what Saka can do for us. Saka looking for that ball into Salah. It's an absolute peach, who's gonna try and take on Vidic, but an incredible tackle, takes the ball clean as ever. Big ball over the top. Can Saka touch it? Gets the right foot. Why didn't we think? I literally was leaning in for the right foot as well. Forgot about that left. Gonna whip a ball in with his left. That is a solid ball. Unfortunately, Van der Sar is going to be absolutely all over it. Again, you can kind of see the curve, the crossing, all comes together. He will be able to produce some absolute peaches of balls down the wing. If he was to kind of keep him as that more crossing right mid, then obviously they're the kind of almost crossing, striking left mid. Oh, we didn't get it that time. Oh, Saka with an absolute peach of a finesse there. Unfortunately, didn't do enough to beat the keeper, but he does hit the crossbar at the minimum. Trying to find a bit of a Salah run in, but Vidic in the way, kind of a hit and hope really there, trying to catch him whilst his defence was kind of lacking. Big ball into Saka. That's where he's going to necessarily have too many issues with the strength battle. Kind of needed him to be way ahead of the defender to really make any sort of mark there. And it's kind of annoying because obviously you kind of really need to be a decent amount away from the defender, and that sometimes is very hard. If somebody is kind of marking touch type, they know where you're kind of going towards. It's very hard to find a ball into him. Just trying anything at this point. Do manage to get a little bit of a loose ball there, but unfortunately I don't think my personal touch there was fantastic. Saka on the counter. This is where he really should be absolutely blitzing the likes of Renato. Gets a stunning ball in though. Oh, why is Salah offside? That was a beautiful ball. Kind of makes up for it in terms of the run. Gets a whipped ball in, and I don't know why Salah's sitting in an offside position there. Really needs to be onside to get that volley in. Saka finding himself through. One touch, gets it across, and that is what you want to see. Solid assist play from Saka. Manages to get the ball across to Salah this time, who is onside. Oh, stunning work from Saka. Sends the defender and absolute finesses into the bottom left. Over the top. Gets the touch into Saka. Goes for the left foot, but it's just not quite enough to beat Militao there. Saka has not been terrible, to be fair. Seeing as though obviously we are playing Elite Division, it is a little bit more trickier. Sometimes with the kind of not necessarily meta players in the game, you still can have some challenges, especially when you've got informs with big upgrades. Obviously his 80 wouldn't stand an absolute chance, but an 85, good pace, good chemistry style on him, he has a chance to do something, as he's shown in many of these matches. There is just some flaws in him. Saka down the wing. What can we find? We've got two options here. Is he going to bring him across? Gonna go with that pass, and we try it again. Can we get Saka back on it? Little heel to heel. Scoops it back. Oh my, I don't know what that was. I think I was going for something a little bit too extravagant with him and not playing the basic pass really. So going into the overall for Saka then, obviously now coming in at 80k, not a bad little price for him. I think he will obviously drop more and more as we know, and to be honest, he's got a bright future with him. He's been absolutely on fire, doing very, very well. Maybe not necessarily scoring the most of goals. What is he actually on? Well, that's fantastic. I wonder if it has on his 80. It's very weird that he doesn't. Okay, so apparently he doesn't play anymore. But in terms of kind of how he's playing, I feel like since the Euros, and obviously before, because Arsenal fans, I could imagine no one was taking notice. I think personally for me, the Euros is where I saw him shine and actually do quite well. Obviously the penalty's the penalty. That is what it is. For a 20-year-old lad, I think we can all appreciate it. Whereas I think in general, he's going to be a star. He's definitely going to be up there. Hopefully he does anyway. It'd be nice again to get some English talent through and at a higher level as well. He's had a beautiful 5 upgrade on his Team of the Week featured, which is always nice. Like I said, with the featured, I think for me, it's a cracking idea, but it definitely needs to keep evolving, keep going forward with obviously the times, because this card right now is decent. Yes, it's still probably not going to get in many people's teams, but at least it's a good upgrade. Now, in a month's time, in 2 months' time, 85 will literally be a minimum for fodder, let alone actually putting him in a main team. So I hope that they do kind of increase it a little bit, or at least over time they give him bigger upgrades. Maybe an 80 goes up to an 86 or an 82 goes up to an 87, but obviously that is something we will see in the future. Whether it does begs the question. That being said, with Saka, not terrible. I think he's a good player. I wouldn't say he's necessarily going to replace anybody in many people's teams right now, judging from obviously the kind of teams I've been playing in Foot Champs and obviously in Rivals. A lot of people, or at least the people I play against, have better options at left wing, right wing. We had a player of the month, Salah, that obviously during Black Friday was relatively easy to craft. Not necessarily easy, but it was okay to craft. You could do it. We've managed to do it, and obviously he's now playing left wing for me, and then we've got an untradeable Messi on the right hand side. Yes, fair enough, you might only have one. Both of them are right wings officially, so if I didn't have Messi, obviously Salah would start that side. I don't think you really want to be playing Saka on 7 chem. I feel like 10 chem or nothing for him, because I think with his stats he's got something to lose. With somebody who's 92, 93 rated, I'd like to think maybe missing out a chem or two isn't gonna really change him that much. That being said, with a finisher he goes up to 89, which is always fantastic, and he definitely has the finishing style on him. Like I did say, with obviously the team player, there isn't really any shooting traits for him, which is unfortunate. No finesses, no flair, no nothing. And obviously the freestar is always limited to some wingers, and obviously wingers are kind of the most important kind of players, other than maybe strikers and cams, who want to have at least a 4-star, just to kind of benefit being a left-footed on the right wing. You've got both options then available. Obviously with him, I would strongly recommend going more towards your left than your right, which is good because the cutbacks, sometimes you can fake somebody going right, go in left, and then do opposite, and then again. It depends on how well you can play and how well you can use his dribbling. Obviously his agility balance with the finisher goes up. You could change it to use it as a dead eye more than anything and get his pass it up. I just like to go with the dribbling side of him, as I think he is a very good winger, very quick, very nimble on the ball. The composure is definitely something that I'd be eyeing up during Foot Champs, and obviously the strength is a little weaker. It feels a little weaker in game anyway. Overall for me, I'd be solid to give him about an 8 out of 10. I think he's definitely not terrible, but I wouldn't necessarily think he's going to be changing many people's teams. It is just going to be purely for England squad builders, maybe a Premier League squad builder if you haven't got yourself on a Premier League right wing, or obviously an Arsenal squad builder for all you Arsenal fans out there. But hopefully you did enjoy the video. Let me know down below what you think about Saka and if you want him red this week. But apart from that, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.